Can Christians be friends with unbelievers? Yes and no. When it comes to choosing friends as a Christian, you got to make sure you can be yourself around this person. You should also you should be able to be Christian around this person. You should be able to talk about God as much as you want without this person getting annoyed by it. You should not have to choose between God or that friend in order for you to be friends with this person. Okay? So it's like yes and no. Most unbelievers are negative and would rather you be negative with them because they ain't trying to grow with themselves. They ain't trying to grow themselves. They can't handle the name Jesus. They don't respect our religion. They respect everybody else's religion, but they don't respect the Christian religion. They either go to church for entertainment or they go to church to argue with the pastor. They judge us. They judge us. They do not want to know anything. They don't want to know anything about God. They just want to argue about him. You cannot be Christian around this person. These people majority of unbelievers are often narcissistic. They have a superiority complex. And they hate anything that's got to do with wisdom, positivity. And when they struggling, they would rather you struggle with them instead of them fixing their own problems. Those unbelievers are the ones that you should get away from. That you should not be friends with. You should not even date. Those people are not the ones that Christians should be friends with. Christians should not be friends with those type of unbelievers. So let's talk about the open-minded unbelievers. And those unbelievers are the minority type of unbelievers. They respect our religion. They are open-minded with a growth mentality. They're not saved. They're not saved, but they're not saved. They need Jesus, but they're getting closer to Jesus every day. You talk about God in front of them, they will take it with a grain of salt. They won't be bothered with it. You listen to gospel music, well, as long as it's good, why not? That's how they do. And if they were to go to church with you, it's not because they want to be entertained. It is not because they want to argue with the pastor. It's because they are open-minded. They want to learn about the religion. They want to learn about Jesus. They want to learn about us Christians. They're curious. If you were to hang out with this person, you could hang out with this person with a God-honoring way. Like, if they kind of live like those unbelievers are mostly unworldly. They're more Christian than the majority of unbelievers. They're more Christian than the majority of unbelievers. So, but if they ever have like this guilty pleasure thing, they can respect your decision not to join, and you can probably You can probably have a middle ground with this with this unbeliever, and hang out like at some kind of coffee shop or something. Like, you can hang out with this person in a God honoring way. You can hang out at some kind of restaurant. You can hang out at some park. You can develop skills together. You can, and if they want to go to church, and if they're the type of, and if they go to church, they go because they want to be open-minded. They want to learn about the community. When they ask about your religion, when they ask about our religion, they do not ask if God is real. Then why did he do that? No. They ask, why do you believe in God? Why do you cry when you're saved? Like, their best friend is why. They ask why when it comes to anything Christian related. Their growth mentality, like, these people have a growth mentality. Those people are getting closer to God every day. But that does not mean you have to force them to be Christian. They'll be Christian whenever they want to be. They will get closer to God on their own time. Let them get closer to God at their own pace. Not only that, you do not have to treat them any differently. You can still be friends with them as long as God gets to stay in your life. As long as you do not have to choose between God and that person, it's okay. Just pray for them behind closed doors. You don't even need to tell them that you're praying for them. The thing about these saved-ish Christians is that they are just as positive as you are. They will be positive in their own way. Like, you know how God wakes us up to say, thank God for this, thank God for that. Well, they be like, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that, I'm thankful for this. That's how they do it. Those people are unworldly types of unbelievers. Like, they're still worldly, but they're more unworldly than worldly. But one thing I can say for sure, don't date those unbelievers either. Like, you can be friends with the saved, those open-minded unbelievers, but don't date them, because if they're unbelievers, they're going to draw the line. Like, your relationship with that person is not going to last if you put God first before them in a relationship. It's best that you stay friends with that person, because it's like, if you are dating this person, eventually you're going to live with him. He's going to be all up in your personal space, and then he's going to draw the line when it comes to God in your life. Especially when God be waking you up in the middle of the night to pray, to read the Bible, and to read the Bible and to praise God, they will not have that. Trust me. You date, regardless of whether that person is open-minded or closed-minded, you date this non-believer, it's not going to last long. And if you want to keep this person around, cut Jesus out of your life and be on their level. But there is nothing wrong with being friends with an open-minded believer, as long as they're okay with God being in your life. Not jealous, not narcissistic, none of that. They just let you be you and them being them. Okay? So yes and no. Can you be friends with unbelievers? Yes and no.